Hey there, tubers. I thought I'd make a video today on this 2021 22-foot 16,000-pound Teton trailer I recently purchased. Now, I bought this just a couple weeks ago, so I haven't used it very much, but when I was looking to do research on them, I really couldn't find much, so I thought, well, I'll make a little video and hopefully it'll help some people out there make a decision one way or the other if they come across these trailers. Now, these are built in eastern Idaho. I don't think the company's very old, 5-6 years old as far as I can find out. And we'll start here at the front. It's got a Demco easy latch on it, which I like. Adjustable to just about any height that you would need. I do like the way they did the chain set up here. It's welded on, and then you've got a pin here for replacing the chain. On previous trailers I've had, companies have just welded this last link to the frame itself, and if you have to replace it, then it's cutting things off and grinding, and I just like the way they did this. Now, it comes with a storage compartment. This is 8 inches deep. Unfortunately, they did not seal the corners. And here is one of my pet peeves. All trailer manufacturers do this. I don't know if you can see it well enough here, but they just take a torch and cut a hole. It's like, why can't you either take a hole saw and cut a nice hole in there, maybe put a grommet, whatever. But no, they take a torch, cut this gigantic hole in here, and call it good. You know, it's rough. You've got electrical wires that are going to sit here and chafe on this stuff. It's ridiculous. But all trailer manufacturers do this, and it just drives me nuts. And there's other spots back in the back along the frame where the axles are. They did the same thing. Just stupid. I wish they wouldn't do it, but everybody does, so I guess that's what you gotta live with. So it's gonna fill up with dirt and moisture just from driving. So I'm gonna make a mat of some sort and try and fill in the gaps as much as possible, try and keep dirt out of it. But it is handy to have a enclosed compartment. It's got a 12,000-pound jack. All LED lights. It is a 5-inch by 2-inch tube frame, so it's not channel. They did use a 3-inch channel for the cross members. They're on 16-inch centers. This stationary section is 6 feet long. The tilt section is 16 to the end of the boards. So when they say this is a 22-foot trailer, they're talking to right here at the edge of the boards. So you get a bonus of 19 inches of flat steel decking here on the end. So actually this trailer ends up being over 23.5 feet long. And that is the way it is on all their trailers. So if you were to get a 20-footer, you'd still have your 19 inches of steel past the end, so it'd be 21.5 foot, or just over that. So it's a little bonus. It is flat with the rest of the deck, so it's not angled. It's got rub rails and stake pockets. Now, I purchased these myself because I don't like chaining down to these rub rails, and I just got these off of Amazon. They're pretty slick. You just can pull that out, pull the pin out. You got your stake pocket back. And it's adjustable for multiple depth stake pockets. I'll leave a link down below if anybody's interested in even looking at them, but I think they're pretty handy. It's got 8,000 pound axles, slipper spring setup, and I went with this trailer mainly because it's got the 17.5 tires on it. I've had a lot of trailers with the 16-inch tires, and I tend to eat those up because I'm right at max gross all the time. So I thought I'd give these 17.5s a try. Hopefully they'll hold up better. It is a greaseable axle. They do give you the option of having oil bath, but this one doesn't have it. I had a heck of a time finding one that just had the 17.5s. In fact, I ended up driving about 9 hours to go get this one because I couldn't find one anywhere that had 17.5s. Now, one thing that I'm not sure if I like yet or not is this latch system. Most of the trailers I've had, the latch, you release and flip it up. This one's just the opposite. See if I can get this in here, and so you have to pull this out and then it goes down, and its natural tendency, just from the weight of it, is to point straight down here, which concerns me because we're pretty close to the ground as it is, and when you go and load something heavy on this and these springs take up the tension, there's a chance that you could stab this thing right into the ground. And if nothing else, bend it, or at least make it hard for you to get it back up. So that's something I'll be keeping an eye on. I'll get this tilted up here. Another thing that I do kind of like is the accessibility to the latch system here. Every trailer I've had, the tilt mechanism gets worn, and this one will be easy to just lay a bead in here, hard surface that, and the latch up here, and I should be able to keep this one tight for quite a while. Comes with a 16-inch by 2-inch bore hydraulic cylinder. Like I said, the 3-inch channel on 16-inch centers. And with these 8,000 pound axles, they come with a hefty stack of springs under them. And I tell you what, bringing this thing home, it about rattled my teeth out. This thing is so bouncy without any weight on it. It's ridiculous. But that's just heavy sprung trailers there. So one thing that's kind of cool is they cut their logo and their web address into this fender corner here, and then they backlit it, so at night it kind of glows. Just something unique. Doesn't add anything other than that to the trailer, but and they did the same thing in the back here. They cut their logo into the back, and then you've got the tail lights back underneath there that kind of backlight it. Now, one thing I did have happen on my way, or I guess it was after I got home with it, is I have a driveway that's a couple hundred yards long, and then I decided to back the trailer in for the night. I came out the next morning and this wheel was seized up, and something had come apart in the brake mechanism. I'm guessing since I didn't have trouble on the way home, it was probably backing down the driveway, whether the auto adjust on it was adjusting and just over tightened it or what happened. But anyway, this was seized up tight, and it took me a while to get it apart. Now these are Lippert axles, so it's not really the trailer manufacturer's fault on that, but I did call the company I bought it from, and they said, well, we don't deal with warranty issues, you got to call the manufacturer. So I did, and I tell you what, it's a small company, and you end up dealing with the owners, and they bent over backwards to help me out. I don't know whether that was just they were in a good mood that week, or whether that's how they operate all the time, but they really helped me out and went out of their way to make this right. One thing on this is it's 82 inches between the fenders, and then you've got your frame sticking up here, so if you measure to the inside of the frame, it's 78. Another thing that I'm not super happy about is that they put this reflective tape around a corner, and there's no way that that's going to stick. In fact, pretty much all the tape all the way around this trailer is starting to come off, so it's not going to last very long. I just think they could have come up with something different on that. Another thing on this is that the paint is not all that great. I've got, as you can see, rust already getting sprayed everywhere, so there's a pinhole in this weld, I think, up there that has filled up with water, so I'm gonna have to get that sealed off. And then there's been quite a few spots on this that they just painted over rust, so I'm gonna be touching up this paint quite a bit here. I've already done some. This whole top rail here was missing paint, but that's just kind of the way trailers are anymore. Nobody spends the time to put good paint on them. But that's about it. That's all I can think of right now anyway. So if you have any questions or comments on it, let me know. I'll try and answer them as best I can, and I'll give you updates if I have any issues with it. So we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.